I really wish I had the technology to put Stan Lee here on the couch with us.
Oh, man, that would be cool.
But should we? That's the question.
We're going to talk about it today on the show.
Good morning, Scallywags! We're back on the couch.
Yeah, it's comfy and we're lazy and
well, it's Stan Lee week, so we wanted to, doing things.
They can stretch it out. Chapo can
Just
As I can get that man spread going. Look at that.
Nobody wants to see that, Chapo.
Oh, I can think of a couple of people.
We are we're honoring Stan Lee this week, all week. So but we didn't want to stay misty-eyed and emotional all week, so we wanted to, kind of work in what the show normally is, but just add Stan Lee to that. So we've come up with a discussion, and I think this is a question that is on a lot of people's minds. Of course, you can't think about Stan Lee without thinking of the many, many cameos that he's done over the years, in pretty much not just the movies, but video games, cartoons, comic books, everything. To the point that there's now theories out there that Stan Lee is a watcher, Stan Lee is the one above all. But what happens going forward? Do they somehow continue to do those cameos? And of course, I think that they will, and I believe that they should. But the question is how. There's a few possibilities here. Mm-hmm. But what is the right course of action? That's the big question on the table.
I put a poll out on our Facebook page, which you can go to that chin and check out.
Go to that chin.
Go to that and check it out. That chin right there, the chin. Mm-hmm. Go there and check it out. And overwhelmingly, people say that he should continue to have those cameos, and we all agree. How? I'm a proponent of the picture in the background. I really would like to see after Avengers 4. I would like to see in the next big Avengers movie, Stan be on the front page. Country mourns.
Yeah, that'd be
good. That would be good.
So let's actually look at what are the options. Of course, you've got, like you said, the picture in the background. You watch a lot of the Netflix shows. I think in Daredevil season 1, in the police station, there was a picture on one of the walls in the background that was a picture of Stan Lee. Something to that effect. You also have there's the Tarkin, as we call it, where
Tarkin,
where you make a digital Stan Lee. Uncanny Valley, definitely. Yeah. But it is a possibility. The third I'm going to save because I think we all liked that one somewhat. So we'll get to that in a minute. So of course, first up on the table is the picture in the background. Yeah. Man, as of course the ultimate goal, I guess, would be to continue the cameos as kind of a nod, an honor, an homage. But at the same time, that seems so sad. It just to go from seeing him there to just now he's just a picture on the wall.
Well, and I think initially, at least very short term, you're gonna see a lot of like, oh my God, that brings back such emotion and so many feelings. But let's be honest. In about 4 or 5 years, people are going to it'll be normalized.
You get
used to it, and it'll just be, hey, it'll be like a hidden.
It's
an
Easter egg hunt.
It'll be an Easter egg hunt. Somewhere we put a picture of Stan Lee. You've got to find it. Yeah. James Gunn, we're all still looking for your last Easter egg for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Now I think the Stan Lee picture in the background would be the perfect thing for the Netflix.
Yeah.
Just like the thing of like, there's a picture of Stan Lee hanging in the police station.
He was on a poster in a cage.
I mean that's perfect for those because
I think you had a name drop in season 2 of Daredevil It wasn't an actual picture; it was just a name drop. It was like phone call from a Mr. Lee or something.
Yeah.
like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a phone call from Mr. Lee, and that's because Stan Lee shot that great trailer for the Defenders of him riding in the car.
We'll talk about that on Thursday.
Yeah, that's coming on Thursday. Yeah,
but yeah, I think for the Defenders, and that including the Punisher with that group,
Just TV in general.
like
when they until they
service.
switch over to the streaming service, that's why those shows got canceled.
I think they got canceled because that's how they dealt with the snap. That's just my personal opinion, but that's another theory for another time. But no, I like the idea of a picture somewhere, and after make it obvious in the movies. First half dozen or so movies after his now that he's dead. And then after that, by God, make it an Easter egg. Let's people sit there with the Blu-ray, frame by frame, looking. Oh,
There's a stack of cups in the background in the shape of
Stan Lee, or the shipping boxes turned such a way that where the black and the yeah.
Of course, the next option being CGI, the Tarkin from I think Rogue One.
I like how that has become the Tarkin.
The Tarkin, which yes, there's an uncanny valley aspect of that, but at the same time, I like what they did with Tarkin. The Leia at the end, not so great.
Okay, so
but they could have spent a little more time on it, made it look good.
The Tarkin, as far as I'm concerned, looked like he belonged in a flippin' PlayStation or Xbox video game.
Yeah.
We have got
for the technology
we got that. No, and I'm not even saying that because I'm saying that it could have been better because look at Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X. Their cutscenes were amazing, and in my opinion, far superior than what we got with Tarkin.
Yeah.
So I think it could have been worlds better. I really do.
So let's say they spend all the time in the world. Look at Thanos. He looked like a guy there on screen with everybody else. The rest of the CGI in Infinity War looked like something that came out in 1998. Versus blew their budget on Thanos.
But go back and see our initial reaction.
Mark Ruffalo in the Hulkbuster.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Yes.
Go back and see our reaction after the three of us went and saw the movie, and you would think that the movie could do no wrong.
Right. Yeah. But watching it over again, it was like, wow, this is terrible.
See, that's the difference between watching it on the big screen on celluloid, and then sitting down and watching it on a high definition television,
1080p TV.
On
what do we always say?
On an HD player.
Horror doesn't hold up when it's 4K.
Yeah. Where you could see the individual strands of hair on Thor's head. You're just like, oh my God, that looks horrible.
But so let's just say, for argument's sake, that they spend all the time and budget on this one little 2-second shot. Should they CGI him into a scene?
If it looks appropriate, I mean, but it's got.
Now we're talking like CGI where he's interacting with characters and things like that.
Somebody can mocap him.
Right.
Well, it was like the thing that I brought up on the line I drew on this. On motion capture where he's interacting with characters.
And we'll get to our page.
Yeah.
No. If it's like Captain America and Bucky are running down the boulevard and they pass by a cafe and then there's Stan Lee sitting there reading the paper. Yes.
So this is kind of where we come to, we all wanted to agree that we were on the same page as far as what we felt so we could bring our argument to the table. And that is, if there's unused footage of Stan Lee somewhere out there where he actually has dialogue and stuff like that they could work into a scene in a way that is appropriate and it makes sense, go for it. Otherwise, unused footage or CGI, he should be there. As opposed to having just a picture on the wall, he should be there. Whether he is the Watcher, whether he is the one above all, just standing in the background somewhere. Just to be able to continue watching a Marvel film, to see, like
Yeah.
you said, just
Yeah.
Bucky and Falcon are running down the street or whatever, and they pass by a cafe or just a crowd of people, and standing amongst those people is just Stan Lee standing there smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching as his creation.
Doesn't have to say a word.
No, he doesn't. Does not have to say a word at all.
Just stand there and smile.
We complained about a lot of the older cameos because they would just be cameos, like no dialogue, no nothing. He would just be.
In fact, you'll see that on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Just be in the background somewhere, and we felt that that was kind of like.
I felt
it was
cheap.
waste. It was a
cheap
waste.
and a cop out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's throw Stan Lee in there because it's Stan Lee, and really, it wasn't until Spider-Man 3.
No, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. He had some vocals.
He was the mailman,
Yeah.
and and I'm not sure that was the first one he spoke in, but
But it was the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
well, he was in the Spider-Man movies, but until the third one, he didn't speak.
Yeah, which we'll talk about.
We'll get into that Thursday.
But yes, I think if it's an appropriate, and Disney, come on, you've got money.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you messed Tarkin up,
Yeah.
but not as bad as the Mustache Gate.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But I wholeheartedly believe that the only way that he should have dialogue going forward is if there is unused footage that has already been shot.
Yeah.
That could be used in a scene in a way that it doesn't look forced. I mean, it has to look appropriate. It has to look. It has to make sense for the scene. Don't just squeeze it in there because you can squeeze it in there. I mean, if you can write a scene around it, okay, fine, great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, just Stanley smiling in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I think that not only is appropriate, it's not disrespectful in any way.
No, I don't think so.
In fact, I think quite the opposite. I think that would be.
Well, let's be
I
honest.
think that's what Stan would want.
Let's be honest
Yeah.
with ourselves. I think the last 5 years, he has lived for those cameos.
Oh,
yeah.
He has
You watch
loved the cameos.
any interview with him, and those cameos come up.
and he is just
he
talking
loves-
for. He'll talk an ear off about cameos.
Yeah.
And he loved the way that the people responded to him, and it's almost become a. Hey, did you see that Stan? It's not that we're looking for the after credit scene in some of these movies. We're trying to find the
For
Stan Lee
cameo,
scene.
yeah.
And and I think Marvel as a whole, once Disney got a hold of the properties, they knew what they had, and that's why we got his cameos in Iron Man and in Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3.
Where before
Yeah.
Disney, it was there. The cameos were there, but they were fleeting.
Yeah.
And once the MCU became a thing,
Yeah.
that it was still a thing, but it became like, this is the guy. This universe doesn't exist without this
him.
guy.
Well, let's be honest. If one thing Disney's good at, it's marketing,
Yeah,
and they knew they had gold with Stan.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Why not use it?
yeah.
It'd be like, I created this whole world around Mickey Mouse. Let's never use Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think. Can you agree on that?
Oh, yeah.
I think we all agree that him being somewhere in a capacity of observation, if you don't have something appropriate,
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah.
So
It's not dishonorable.
if you're not familiar with the one above all,
Basically, Marvel's God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the comics, you have all of the Celestials, you have all of the gods, and then there
Little
is
G.
yes,
Little
and
G,
then there
yes.
is the one above all,
Big
which
G.
Yeah.
Chapo, I think you could probably do this the most justice by explaining the one above all.
Okay. Yeah, like Shpoo said, you have the Celestials, which if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Oh Jesus.
Ego. Yeah, Ego.
Ego is a celestial.
Little G.
Yeah.
Nowhere is the head of a Celestial.
Yeah.
Yeah, the planet Nowhere is the head of a Celestial, and it's like taken very heavily from like the Greek and the Nordic pantheons of you have all of these gods, and then there is the one above all, Odin, Zeus, Jehovah, what have you.
Yeah.
And so, What was it? It was a Fantastic Four comic one time where they met.
They met him, and
Yeah,
if
they
I
met
remember
him, and
right,
it was
Jack Kirby.
It was Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
And then as Jack Kirby is talking to them, there's a phone on his desk and it rings, and he's like, "Wait, stop! I have to take this." And he just straight to the phone, picks it up. And the conversation he's having, you can pick up based on clues and stuff that they say that he's talking to Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And he, says, yeah, this is a guy that, is, referenced as above all. And so there's always been speculation because the one above all, it's an individual that has been referenced but never
seen,
and never directly shown
actually
in
no.
the comics.
If I remember right, there was a Spider-Man comic that
they
he
have
actually
shown him once.
talked about it in the
Yeah.
Spider-Man comic, and it was just an old guy, but it was basically Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing. So yeah, I mean, whether he's an eternal watcher.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, making him the one above all for the MCU.
Yeah, and because it's the type of thing that, like, his cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, combined with his cameo at the end of Venom, those two combined confirms Stan Lee's character is either a Watcher or he is the one above all.
Well,
And honestly, I think I would go more towards the one above all because he's there with a group of Watchers,
Yeah.
but he is still in human form in a spacesuit,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, don't leave me here. You guys are my ride."
And
Yeah.
you guys are my right.
So
and it also would explain how he's able to
be in so many lives.
jump ships between Fox and Sony and Disney,
Yeah.
and then the various comics or not comics but cartoons.
Well, and not only we see him in different professions and things,
yeah,
but he's also been Larry King. He's been Hugh Hefner. So I mean, he's literally jumping lives. So he is whoever he wants to be that day, and I think that shows.
oh my God,
He's Sam Beckett.
he's Sam Beckett.
Oh boy!
There you go. Oh God, it's a third theory.
Stan Lee is putting
Scott
right what
Bakula.
once went wrong. So what do you guys think?
Oh God, it's a new TV show idea.
He had the same thought at the same time.
See, it proves it. Stan Lee is Scott Bakula.
Theorizing that one could time travel in his own lifetime, Stan Lee stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. Oh my God.
Netflix.
There you go.
Come on.
His only guide on this journey is Jack Kirby. a hologram from his own time. Oh God! So what do you guys
God, I
think?
need to see this show.
There's a web series.
Yes.
Somebody, please.
So give us your script to the first Stanley Quantum Leap episode in the comments below.
Continue to follow us across our social media platforms. There's the Facebook, the Instagram, and
my
the Twitter.
God.
That's gold. Somebody's going to see this and steal that idea.
Yes,
And they're welcome to it.
No, copyright the show. We want a small
Yeah.
snippet.
Just give us credit.
Just give us credit.
Give us our 20%.
No. Here's what I want. I want a scene somewhere in the first episode, at least 3 seconds long. Camera pans by. There's a cafe. There's the three of us at a table with Stan Lee.
There you go.
Yes, there you go. That's all.
And and Stan Lee is sitting there going, so guys, I really love the comic books, and just
That's it.
that's
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's all we want.
You're on the YouTube, so keep doing those YouTubes, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing across the vastness that is the internet.
Yeah, and stop by our Facebook page
Right here.
to get yourself a show T-shirt. We've got those available. Just send us a private message letting us know what color of shirt you would like, what color of text you would like, and what size of shirt you need. $20 for a short sleeve, $22 for a long. You can pick up one of our hoodies for $25.
Anybody out there's a writer, hit us up and we'll talk pilot.
I'm a writer.
Well, then let's talk a pilot.
Okay, we're gonna go
We'll
do
see
that.
you guys tomorrow.
Bye. For just 22 cents a day, you can sponsor a starving child in Tanzania. And for absolutely free, you can sponsor this Russian clip of the day. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and click on our faces to go ahead and subscribe to get all of our Monday through Friday stuff.
Indeed, and here's a couple of links down below that you can follow to watch more shows like it. Tons of great content right here at Scallywag Productions. We'll see you tomorrow.